All right, party people. We are going to learn about food chains today. So at the top of your paper, please go ahead and write food chains right here. Food chains. All right, we learned a little bit about food chains today in class with some of the videos that we watched. We're just going to go a little bit more in depth with this journal entry, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and draw a sun, and it's just going to pop down out of this corner right here, okay? We're just going to draw this whole corner as our sun. If you have a yellow marker, great. If you don't, just draw with pencil, okay? All right. Coloring it in, taking forever. Almost done. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and, get all fancy and outline it in orange right here. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and just make some rays. Okay, I'm just going to make some rays like this. All right, and then we're going to just put some dots in here. We're just going to get real fancy. All right, real fancy. Just because we want this to be pretty, we want to be able to look back at it and like what we see. Okay, maybe some yellow on the outside, like this. All right, so now we have our sun. The reason I'm spending so much time on the sun is because the sun is the start of all energy in every single ecosystem on our planet. Every single ecosystem, okay? Whether it's, in the water, like the ocean or a lake or a pond, or whether it's on land, like in grass or plants, everything starts with the sun. Because plants use the energy that they get from the sun to convert into energy for themselves in the form of food for themselves in the form of glucose, okay? So glucose is their form of energy. So what happens, just like we talked about today, is producers are the first thing on our food pyramid, or our energy pyramid, and they are the ones who produce all of their own energy from the energy that they get from the sun. So I want you to go ahead and we're going to down here draw like a pond coming down like this. Can you see that? A pond coming down like this, okay? And we're going to like make this like thicker right here. Okay, and then we're going to do like some waves. All right, so whether this is in a pond or an ocean or a lake, the things that are happening up here that I'm about to show you in a second, same thing happens in the ocean, just in a different food chain, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and draw some land. We're going to come over like this, okay? We're going to draw like some grass. You like my sound effects today? More grass, like a little grass over here, and a little grass over here, and maybe a longer grass right there. Okay? So there's our grass, and this is where most of our stuff's going to take place today. So, one of our herbivores that we're going to talk about right now is a rabbit. Okay? What do rabbits eat? Anybody know? Rabbits eat grass. So, I'm going to put this rabbit next to this grass right here. I'm actually gonna okay, so we're gonna draw our rabbit right here. It's just gonna be a little bitty bunny, okay? Just a little body and a little fluffy tail, and then a head, and then some ears, okay, a little face, smiling bunny. Okay, so let's label him. He's a rabbit, right? like Bugs Bunny over here. Okay, rabbit. Rabbit, he gets energy from the grass. So I'm going to say grass over here. Grass, I'm going to label this grass. So grass gives energy to a bunny, a rabbit, okay? It's really important that you see the direction that this arrow is pointing. It's pointing toward the rabbit, away from the grass, okay? So grass is going to be pointing at the rabbit because the grass gives energy to the rabbit, okay? So next guy in our food chain we're going to talk about is the snake. That snake he's ready to eat some rabbit today. So we're going to draw this snake. He's just going to be right here. We're just going to draw his head like this. And then we're going to draw his body just slithering along, right? Slithering along. Okay, there's our snake. Give him some eyes. And the rabbit is going to be pointing at the snake because, why? Because the rabbit gives energy to the snake. So rabbit's energy is flowing that way. His energy is going from the rabbit to the snake. Okay? And then that snake, you know, he's not the end of the food chain. All right? We have a little guy called a hawk, right? Hawk's gonna eat that snake up. He's thinking he wants snake for breakfast. So, not real good at drawing hawks, so we're just gonna get a brown. We're just gonna do the best we can here. So let's say that we have a wing like that with some feathers, and then a head, and then another wing, feathers, and then feathers coming down like this, right? And then, well, he's going to be bald, okay? He's got a little beak. And then we'll put some orange in there for good measure. Okay, he's an orange and brown hawk. Do a little bit more brown feathers in the middle. Okay, that's our hawk. Hawk is the end of this food chain. Okay, so this is our hawk. The snake is, oh, can you see this? Let me make sure. Yes, okay. So the snake is giving energy to the hawk. That's why the arrow is pointing at the hawk. Okay? Couple of things you need to know. First thing is that the hawk will die and decompose. I need my black, hold on. So the hawk will die and decompose, okay? He will die and decompose, or he will die and be decomposed by decomposers, right? So the reason I write this here is that, you know, hawks do not have any predators, right? They don't have anything that's going to try to eat them. So that's why they just die. They eventually just die. They might get sick. They might get hurt. They might just get real old. Who knows? So that's what happens to the hawk. The other important thing I want to mention is that, well, let's go ahead and draw an arrow because this arrow is important. And it's going to be a big arrow. Big old arrow. And the reason we're doing a big old arrow there is that the sun powers energy for all living things. Let's write that here. Actually, let's put a little bubble around this. So the sun provides energy for all living things. Okay, bubble. All right, sun provides energy for all living things. All of the energy that we get, remember how we talked about that energy today, how, you know, plants make all this energy and the rabbit only gets 10% of that energy? or 1/10 of it. Same thing with the thing that ate the rabbit, the fox. He only got 1/10 of that rabbit's energy, which means it was only 1/100th of that original plant's energy. But all that energy doesn't just come out of nowhere. It comes from the sun. Let's go ahead and label our sun in the middle. Sun. So let's define food chain really quick. So a food chain shows the flow of energy between organisms in a particular ecosystem. Okay, that's what a food chain is. All right, awesome blossom. That's all I have for you. Thanks for watching and copying. We'll see you tomorrow.